reactive programming for girls. For those of you who are just beginning, you usually say username equals Alice, followed by refreshUserInterface, in hopes of updating the screen. The program is then supposed to update all the correct places. But as you add more to your program and time passes, manually refreshing the user interface, especially under some component architecture, may become unclear. In reactive programming, you first subscribe to username, and then in your subscription, which is just a simple function that is called when the username changes, you put the code that updates the UI, and your username is now bound to the user interface. You can simply stop worrying about refreshing the UI, because you know that any time you change the reactive variable, the UI will update automatically. And to keep things simple, you do just one UI binding at a time. If you want to update few things in a single change, you just subscribe to the thing multiple times. A subscription is the end of the UI story. You set it and forget it. There is not much left to do in there. It should be just one thing at a time. To assign Alice to the username, you now have to say username dot value equals Alice. So username is no longer just a primitive variable. It is an object with a dot value getter and setter, and then a subscribe method that accepts your function and keeps track of all the subscribers. When you first subscribe and there is a value in there already, as the case here is with Bob, your subscriber will be immediately called with the string Bob, even though it has changed some time before. But if the value is null or undefined, nothing will happen. Your UI component will show its default state, hello world in our case. Nothing also happens if you change the value to what it already was. The subscribers will not be notified of anything. People will disagree with me, but this is all there is to it. This is reactive programming. Everything else is up to you. And you can of course use reactive variables alone with the document object model as this demo shows, because it is just .value and .subscribe. It's all clear. You can just build on top of that. Finally, I recommend you go reactive as soon as you can. It makes all of your programs simple and self-updatable. It may not be possible to take a non-reactive program, convert it to use reactivity, and then benefit from that reactive simplicity. Just start from scratch. Reactive programming is perfect for learning because it adapts your mind to seeing a program for what it really is, an interactive application. And it is perfect for one-person projects and side projects that would be fun to complete. Try to make your own reactive variable object. Write it from scratch or extend the event emitter maybe. Don't make it complicated though. Don't add an add dependency method or nested reactive variable detection via context proxies or something. Reactive variables are extremely powerful as they are, and they are a big deal that should be explored in their simplicity first. And it is all very friendly, as you can see here, just about 30 lines of code for the reactive variable. It is just one fancy thing that changes programming forever.